Well, hello. I'm visiting the RAF World War II Battle of Britain bunker just outside Uxbridge, about 20 miles west of London. This is an amazing place. The last time I was here was about 35 years ago, when it was accessible by invite only. Now there's a top quality museum and visitor centre, information displays, as well as, of course, the old World War II command bunker, which was critical during the Battle of Britain. Hi, I'm Warren Brand and welcome to another Linleys video. This video does not cover one of my usual topics, but let's enjoy a look around here together. There are two main parts to the tour. Firstly, let's dive deeply down into the bunker operations control room, about 20 metres below ground level. Passing the reception desk just inside, there's a lot of steps and narrow passages to negotiate to get down to the lower levels. This is the plotting room and is the main focus down here. The big sloping table with the map of the southern part of England, the English Channel and the coast of France and around occupies the main area of the room. Our guide explained how the many staff working around the table positioned and moved wooden blocks with the numbers. These represented squadrons of planes, either our RAF or German aircraft. The curved windows above, and we'll get up there next, are for the overall observations of the proceedings. Around the back wall are the tall displays relating to the state of readiness or deployment of the RAF squadrons in the south of England. This area, centred around Uxbridge, was known as Number 11 Group and oversaw the many RAF air bases in the southern part of England. Names like Biggin Hill, Debden, Northolt are all synonymous with the RAF and the war. These tall displays would light up to indicate what is happening at each airfield, the coded boards below adding further information. With modern digital equipment, this sort of information display would be compact and presented on flat screens, but back in the 1930s and during the war, such technology hadn't been invented, and this was a very effective and reliable information system. Our guide was very knowledgeable and provided us with a full account of what would happen during an air raid, using the map and displays to demonstrate how it all worked. There are lots of TV shows and YouTube films which explain the operations of the room here, and I can't explain all of it without the animations in the room, but in outline the operations during the Battle of Britain were something like this. Inbound information was supplied real time by telephone and telemetry from the airfields, observation lookouts, radio receivers and the early radar. All this inbound information was presented using the wall displays with their coloured lights, coded letterboards and symbols such as the cloud height with the symbol of the cloud. Positions of planes were shown on the map by the wooden blocks with the numbers and letters. The type, the number of planes, their altitude, speed and whether they are friendly RAF or hostile planes were coded with the letters and numbers on the little wooden blocks. The staff in the room were responsible for buzzing about and updating the blocks on the map and the displays and keeping notes of all the changes. Each person had a telephone headset and was listening in to the inbound intelligence, information live from around the south of England. People looking through the windows from above could see then what was happening and had almost real-time overview of what the proceedings were. We'll take a look out that window next. Upstairs, well, the upper level of the bunker overlooking the plotting room map was sealed off from the noise and fuss in the room below by the thick curved glass windows. The glass was curved to avoid reflections and to give a clear view of the plotting table and the wall displays of information. Sitting or standing here overlooking the big map, important decisions could be made during the Battle of Britain. This bunker was used right from the outset of the Second World War in September 1939. Number 11 Group's operation controller was responsible for making key decisions that would affect the outcome of aerial battles, how many fighter aircraft to scramble, which type of aircraft, which squadrons to use, when to scramble them and in what direction to send them off. On one occasion, Winston Churchill observed that all of the squadrons in Number 11 Group were airborne and engaged in combat at the same time. There were no planes left in reserve. He commented that all the lights on the wall displays at the back had rows of red bulbs, and he knew that there were no more planes to call on to protect England. Air Vice Marshal Keith Park was the most senior commander in the bunker, and he made strategic and critically important decisions as to when to deploy squadrons to intercept hostile planes and to protect London and the home counties. A larger-than-life statue of Sir Keith Park stands outside, overseeing the modern buildings above the RAF 11 Group bunker. There is so much history locked up in the walls of this deep complex of rooms. Being here is so special. But this is just part of the display here. Let's get back up to ground level and explore the visitor centre. Of course, there's a lovely coffee shop cafe, a souvenir shop and such like, but the real adventure starts with walking into the large display area. There are planes, parts of planes, guns, communication equipment and a whole load of amazing things to look at. Many of the displays are interactive. This is an air raid warning siren, a horribly loud wailing siren which would be sounded when enemy aircraft were approaching. I remember one of these being mounted on a tall pole in my village when I was a kid. In the 1960s, it was tested every month or so and left to sound for just about 20 seconds each time. It gave a very chilling sound. I think many of these were kept due to the ongoing Cold War threat. The information boards are full of stories, accounts of real-life wartime events, of suffering, challenge and the loss of life. The timeline wall here plots out the sequence of key moments throughout the wartime. Here, the Dowding system of defence is explained. The British had developed an air defence network that gave them a critical advantage during the Battle of Britain. The Dowding system, devised by Flight Commander's Air Chief Marshal Sir Hugh Dowding, brought together technology, ground defences and fighter aircraft into a unified system of defence. It not only controlled the fighter force, but other elements of the defence network as well, including anti-aircraft guns, searchlights and barrage balloons. The system had a clearly defined chain of command, enabling control of both the flow of intelligence on an incoming raids and the communication of orders. There is such a lot to look at and think about down in the bunker and also in this amazing visitor centre. If you're planning on being in the area, do take a tour. You won't be disappointed. Thank you for following along with my visit here. From the 11 Group RAF Battle of Britain Wartime Operations Room Bunker here in Uxbridge, thanks for watching and bye for now.